Dragon Age Inquisition is sort of a vindication of Dragon Age 2. Some criticize the story and how the world was very small. Dragon Age Inquisition responds with a massive world that spans 2 countries, with areas that range from snow-capped mountains to arid deserts. The land of Thedas is in rough shape. The mages have risen up and are fighting a full-blown rebellion against the Templars. The Chantry is falling apart, and its beloved leader is killed in a magic-fueled bombing during a peace accord, causing rifts to appear between the physical world and the Fade. This is the state of things as you step into the role of your new hero in Dragon Age Inquisition. Being that you're the only person in the world that can close the rifts, it becomes your responsibility to grow the Inquisition from a small band of outcasts to a power to be reckoned with. With it, you bring order to the land and begin to reshape the world however you see fit. The story is as epic as the landscape, and relies heavily on the events of Dragon Age 2. Players get a true sense of how gigantic Thedas is, and experience the diversity of its kingdoms and culture. The nobility of Orlais, for example, wear masks all the time as part of a grand system of social ladder climbing called the game. Players also feel the full weight of responsibility in reshaping the political landscape, more so than with previous games that were largely limited to a single kingdom or city. There are so many quests that it is entirely possible to lose yourself in playing side missions and forget all about furthering the main story. As a signature mark of the Dragon Age games, players will have to face a number of moral choices that will determine the fate of your character, the Inquisition, its members, and all of Thedas. Another aspect of the game includes going to the war room to send one of your 3 advisors on a different task. These missions, which play out in real time in the background, can be handled using diplomacy, stealth, or a show of force with the army. These missions rarely have a direct bearing on the rest of the game, but they open new areas and earn special rewards. The war room is also where you use your influence to open key areas and launch key operations to move the story along. However, you can really feel it when you run out of important things to do. You can send your agents out on short missions to gather resources, but the rarity of whatever they bring back is random, and it does feel like busy work. When you're not exploring the world and talking to people, you'll spend most of your time fighting off the threats of the world. Inquisition's combat combines the tactical approach found in Origins with the fast-paced action of Dragon Age 2. At a touch of a button, the game pauses and goes into a tactical mode, so players can assign each party member's next move. You can't queue up multiple moves, which is a little disappointing, but you get used to it. Those that prefer pure action can probably get through the entire game on normal difficulty without ever touching the tactical mode. But doing so makes Inquisition feel very much like a plain hack-and-slash RPG. Either way, you also have to get used to the fact that there is no longer a dedicated healing tree for mages. The primary means of healing are through potions, resting at camp, and fast traveling to any location. There are enough ways to mitigate damage so that healing isn't as much of an issue later on in the game, but things can get rough early on. We here at Shacknews give Dragon Age Inquisition a 9 out of 10. With a huge, breathtaking world, an epic story, and choices that leave a significant mark on the world around you, Dragon Age Inquisition embodies everything that makes the series so popular. There's enough to keep you occupied until the inevitable DLC expansions start releasing, and perhaps enough to last you to the next full game. To read the full review of Dragon Age Inquisition, and for all of your video game needs, be sure to head over to shacknews.com.